Hello, friends, and welcome to Harvest of Hope. I am Minister Pedro Diaz, and we continue with the third I am statement of Jesus in this series from the Gospel of John. And today's message is drawn from the words of Christ found in John 10:9. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. Before we step into what this message reveals, let's hold on to this. The journey of life doesn't require us to figure everything out on our own. There is a greater truth here. There's someone who walks with us, not behind, not ahead, but right beside us. And that changes everything. So here, Jesus doesn't leave room for confusion. He speaks plainly and with intention. These words unveil a divine reality. This is revelation. He identifies himself as the entry point to a life transformed, a soul secured, and a heart at rest. And to understand the weight of this, we need to recognize the setting. Jesus is speaking in the middle of a larger conversation about shepherds and sheep. He's addressing the Pharisees, but he's also revealing something eternal to all who will listen. Sheep in ancient times were led into enclosures at night, often made of stone or brush, and it had a narrow opening. The shepherd would place himself in that opening, physically lying across it. His presence became the passage. His body served as the boundary between safety and danger. Jesus picks up this familiar scene and speaks into the spiritual reality behind it. He positions himself not beside the entrance, but as the entrance itself. He doesn't send us on a journey, he steps in as the road we walk. In him, we move from spiritual exposure to divine covering. Without him, we're left outside, vulnerable, unprotected, without rest. The soul longs for refuge, and Christ provides it by being the very threshold of salvation. He says, if anyone enters by me, those five words carry hope for the entire world. Access isn't limited to background, culture, or status. The invitation extends to every corner of humanity. All that's required is movement, faith that steps forward and crosses into the life he offers. The promise is not vague or conditional. He will be saved. Not might be, not should be. This is certainty spoken by the one who holds all authority. In a world full of shifting standards, Jesus offers a guarantee rooted in eternity. Salvation here isn't just about avoiding judgment, it is about entering belonging. It is the soul finally coming home. The wandering ends. The identity is restored, and the fear that once ruled begins to lose its grip. Then he continues, we'll go in and out and find pasture. This is not restriction, it is freedom with true rhythm. It speaks of a life under divine care where coming and going is secure and provision is consistent. Pasture is more than food for the sheep. It's the space where rest is found, where noise settles, where the heart can breathe. Jesus is not offering a place of escape. He's offering a life of fulfillment day by day. Many of us are running on empty, chasing answers, seeking peace, but real pasture doesn't come from success, relationship, or escaping into fantasy land. It comes from proximity to Jesus, who provides what the soul can find anywhere else. This verse invites us to stop striving and start trusting, to stop knocking on every door hoping one leads to meaning. And instead, here, it gives you the voice of the one who says, enter through me. There is no barrier in Christ's invitation. There's no waiting line or an approval system. The door isn't guarded by ritual or blocked by your past. It stands open for the one who's willing to come in faith. Still, a door requires a decision. You don't accidentally walk through it. I mean, you approach and you respond, and that's where many stand at the threshold, unsure, hesitant, weighted down by questions, but Christ calls with clarity. Step through and find life. Walking through this door is where true renewal begins. Once inside, you begin to learn the voice of the shepherd. You start to walk differently, speak differently, see differently. The inside life, reshapes everything. There are some who have spent years near the door, close enough to hear about Christ, but not close enough to know him. That's not condemnation, it is a call. A call to stop waiting and start walking. And for those who have already entered, remember that the door is not just the beginning of your salvation story, it is the gateway to daily grace. You don't grow beyond Jesus, you grow deeper into him. There will be storms. Wolves, they will howl, the night will fall. But the sheep inside the fold don't fear the dark because they know who watches the gate. Jesus is the guard. His presence doesn't sleep. When he said, I am the door, he was declaring that he alone stands between life and death, between chaos and peace, between the now and the forever. Hold on to this reality as your foundation. Jesus stands as the way into everything your soul was created to find. The Son of God has positioned himself as your entrance into rest, enter into redemption and renewal. You don't have to stand outside anymore. The door is wide open. And as you reflect on these words, ask yourself what's keeping you on the threshold. Could it be pride? Could it be doubt, fear? What's inside? Whatever it is not greater than the shepherd who laid down his life to make a way for you. Christ's claim is issuing a divine declaration that demands a response. It is cosmic. It reshapes eternity. He doesn't demand you to come in perfect. He simply invites you to come in willing. And on the other side is pasture, peace, and the one who knows your name. Friends, thank you for taking this time to hear the word. If this message spoke to you, to your spirit, don't let it stop here. Pass it along, share it with someone standing at the edge of decision. Subscribe to stay connected with Harvest of Hope. And click the like button to help others discover the same truths unshaken. God bless you, and until next time, walk boldly through the door who is Christ and live in the safety of his care.